They do.
Hey, we're back live. We've been gone for 2 weeks, so we're back. I think we're back. Is it on?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we've had a pretty bad storm out here, so whenever it wasn't a bad storm, but it was a lot of rain. We got a lot of rain here about the last from about 4:30 to just about now. So a good 2.5, 3 hours of rain.
Yeah.
Which I don't know that we need, but we got it. So I hope it just keeps on going. Of course, I need to cut that hay. I still ain't cut my hay.
I don't know if you're going to get to this week.
I ain't wait till this week because we got that revival Friday. I can cut it tomorrow, but I have to bale it Friday.
I'm saying I think we're going to rain every day.
Well, I looked at it and it said no more rain till maybe Friday or Saturday. So I was going to cut it, but we'd have to bale on Friday. So that you won't miss the revival.
Guess if we did it early enough, we could.
Well, you can't. You got to wait till it dries off. So it has to be in the afternoon when you start. You just can't bale first thing.
Yeah.
At 7:30 in the morning.
That's true.
Because it'd be moldy.
Yeah.
Might have to get it built though, because I'm kind of running out. I don't know how many more. I ain't got much more left, which is kind of a good thing. I need to get rid of it anyway, because some of it's a couple of years old, but it's still good. It still smells good. So I guess as long as you keep it in the dry, it'll go for a while.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Anyway, so we had last weekend we went to Columbia, Tennessee. And we went to the Farmstead Festival at Hardison Hill. Is that right? Hardison Hill. And so our first one ever. And I enjoyed it. Did you?
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll go back next year. We might go every 2 years or something like that. Don't you think?
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll go every year. One thing's kind of expensive.
It is. Yeah.
And kind of takes us way right in the middle of our work in here. We're really starting to get really busy. But anyway, I made a little video of it being a Wednesday, so it's not very long. It's about 10 or 11 minutes. I edited most of it today. I just got to go away and put my titles and stuff. And but I met a bunch of famous YouTubers, didn't we?
Yeah.
I'm talking about famous. Like Hollywood type. But they were all nice, wasn't they? I thought they were.
They seem to be, yeah.
I was kind of really surprised. And, so. But he enjoyed it. And I seen a lot of, they had a lot of vendors there with some cages we like to get, some quail cages, because we're going to start raising quail. One of these days, I don't know about right this very second, but seen some of that netting that we want to get.
The poultry netting.
Yeah, poultry netting, I'm sorry. We watched Joel Salatin butcher some chickens, so that was always fun. And seen a sourdough, so we're going to try sourdough again. Not necessarily to sell, but for us, right? So we're going to do that. It's supposed to be better for you, what she was saying. Is all that true, or did we know?
I know when we were making it, Emily said it was helping her, supposed to help your gut health.
Well, that's what she said.
She said it helped her, made her feel better.
Yeah, and it's something about her skin too, or something. Or was that something?
She had eczema. She was breaking out or something. She's found out it's gluten. She's allergic to gluten or something. But the sourdough is better for you if you have a gluten allergy, I guess. But
so anyway, we're gonna try that. That was interesting. I think I fell asleep part of it. I was tired. And what else did we watch? Greg Judy. He's a big time cattle YouTuber. He's a real deal. I got to talk to him for a little while.
Yeah,
I didn't get none of
one.
that. We didn't get any on film.
I didn't know because I didn't know. So you couldn't video under the tents.
Yeah,
There's
even though we
talks and
did
stuff.
once.
Yeah, well, we didn't know at that time, but wasn't for sure. He was the first one you talked to. I wish I got at least got your picture with you.
Yeah,
But
real nice guy.
yeah, he was really nice.
But anyway, I asked him about some stuff I want to do out here, so we'll probably start that this fall or be our big winter project, get ready for next year. So we'll talk about that when we get ready. But I'm gonna the center part. I was wanting to do this anyway. I'm gonna fence around the center part of our farm and section it off and rotate some steers through. Buy them in this, early spring, late winter, then run them in there and set them off in the fall. So that's what we're going to do there.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked him about it. He said, yeah, you can do really good with that. So he said, don't keep them over the winter because you have to feed them hay. But we got a lot of hay out there right now.
And it'll hopefully get that middle section a little better shape too, because that's where the pond was that the previous people, when we bought our property, it was a big pond. We filled a lot of it in, but
all of it was 12 foot deep.
Yeah. It wouldn't hold water, so I mean it'd been nice to have had a pond, but
we could have fed the garden out of it.
Yeah, but it
Of
never
course,
would.
at the time we didn't know it was going to be market gardeners.
That's true, but it never would hold.
Never
No
hold
water,
water. Never
no.
did it.
And we didn't want
They won't even hold it now. There's a lot of clay in it. It still
Mhm.
won't hold.
Mm-hmm.
But this all good enough. I just need that backside. I need to smooth down. I really need another dozer for about 4 or 5 hours, and it'd be done. But anyway, we're gonna fence that, run some electric fencing around the perimeter, and then we're gonna rotate them in sections, like in a circle,
Mm-hmm.
and might even run some chickens behind them. I don't know eventually. So anyway. So I talked to him about that. And he's real nice, and gave me some good ideas, and some things to do. And then we talked to what's that person that your mama watches?
Zimmerman. I don't know what's her first name.
I don't know.
I can't think of her first name.
I can't either. We talked to her for a little bit. She was real nice.
Yeah.
And then we talked to I talked to Justin Rhodes.
Yeah.
Talked to him for a while. Of course, I had to stand in line. You'll see all this on the video. And the Roots and Refuge people, we talked to them.
Yeah,
I did.
Jess and Maya.
Maya,
So, who say his
yeah.
name, Maya?
Yeah, she's a lot more friendly than he is. So, but she's real nice. I was real surprised about that.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we've seen a bunch. We didn't really see I didn't see anybody walking around with a camera though.
Mm-hmm.
I thought there'd be like thousands of people just walking around with a camera.
Yeah.
All these people like me.
A YouTuber.
You trying to be.
Trying to be.
So I didn't see a one.
But you're a farmer who YouTubes. So you're
That's
not a
true.
YouTuber who started a farm.
No.
So I mean, we've been doing this for a long time now.
Yeah.
So.
He asked me how long I've been doing Rhodes did. And I said, really, we kind of started in '96. And he said, well, I graduated high school in '97.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway.
Yeah. We learned about Allison. I can't remember what her last name was.
What was her name?
I should have had the brochure here because
Yeah,
I'm bad with names.
That was really interesting.
She talked about doing a guild around
Well, I didn't
fruit
know what a
trees.
guild was.
I didn't
She said a fruit tree guild.
Yeah.
First part was about fruit trees, which is pretty interesting.
Mhm.
Of course, most of the stuff I already knew.
Mhm.
And then she started talking about a fruit tree guild, and she said, well, does anybody know what that is? And I was thinking it's like a collection of people coming together to barter stuff or
Mhm.
something. I thought, oh, this ain't gonna be no good. But it ain't. You gonna tell them what it is?
You plant plants around your fruit tree that
It complements it.
complements it.
It's really an
There's like
ingenious
a,
idea. Yeah.
One that might spread. It cuts down on the weeds. Another one she talked about to put nitrogen and stuff, and
Mhm.
you just have to put. It's like a
Like around it.
yes.
Like-
Your tree is the tall. It's the canopy she called it.
Yeah,
That's your
the
fruit tree, the
centerpiece.
top, the centerpiece, and then you put things around it,
Mm-hmm.
plants that complement it to help it, like keep bugs away. There's things that plants you can put that deter the bugs from it,
Mhm.
and like I said, the cover crop type thing keeps the weeds down, and then there's other things to put, like if you need nitrogen or
Mhm.
other things in your. So that was kind of neat to.
Yeah, I thought that turned out to be maybe one of the best
Yeah.
things I heard.
Yeah, we also watched that. I can't think of her name. My mind has just went blank. I'm not very good at
Which one?
the one about the. We watched. She did sourdough and the.
Oh, Jill Reagan.
Yeah, Jill Reagan.
Whispering Willow Farms.
Hi, David.
Hey.
Yes, we watched her, and I really enjoyed the sourdough one because we tried sourdough, and it just seemed overwhelming
Yeah.
for me and Emily and myself trying. Emily was actually the one doing it, but it was just kind of the way she made it sound. We're going to try again and see how that works out. I mean,
And our talk about farm or garden too. I thought that was interesting, though we do a lot of that.
It was, yeah, I know everything she was saying. I was like, yeah, we do that, but I think it's
more for
cutting down on the grocery store and eating out of your.
She said she gets 80% of her groceries from that. I don't know if that's going to be hard to do.
Yeah.
If
I mean, if you like all that stuff, yeah, I think you could. But if you got picky eaters like we do at our house, I mean, I think we could do it. I think you and I think if it was just you and I think we could grow a lot of stuff and eat.
Well, we ate out of the garden tonight.
Yeah.
We
because I do have a simple well, I call it kind of simple. We could make our own bread.
Yeah.
I mean, we can make our own bread for sandwiches and have our fruits and vegetables and stuff like that. And if or eventually, I mean,
we'll have our own
chicken. We'll have our chicken and pork.
So, hopefully, we'll get some steaks because that's what I like.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Eventually, we'll want to get a beef cow and a milk cow.
Yeah.
There was we didn't stay really late Saturday. There was one after lunch, which they're an hour behind us. But I wanted to watch it as managing milk management because that's one thing I'm worried about when we do get a milk cow. We don't drink that much milk. I mean, I wouldn't want it to go to waste. I wanted to go see that talk to see kind of what they would do. But I'm sure we can find something on the YouTube or internet. I told him,
that same
I'd say that probably put all from the 2025. They're probably have them on somewhere.
Back to that Whispering Willow, she was talking about planting high calorie.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting. That's a good take on it.
She was talking about a lot of people want to put a lot of salad stuff in there. She said, which is good. She said, but
she did an example on a raised bed that was like 2 square feet or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was, but if you put that in salad stuff like lettuce, radishes, kale, something else, you get 60 calories out of that.
Mm-hmm.
If you do it with potatoes, carrots, something else, she had a whole list of things.
Yeah.
You get like 2,000 calories out of it or something like that. So
beans,
that's what it was, yeah. So anyway, I thought that was a real interesting.
And she kind of went over it too about I don't know if we would implement that, and I might could do it in my little garden here, but our market garden it'd be kind of hard. She's talking about planting, which we have done that in the past, like with our green beans. You plant them on your corn. You've heard us talk about that, and the corn's like the stalk, the pole bean. But she kind of talked about a guild too with your garden to do stuff like that. Plants that complement. Yeah.
So that was interesting.
Yeah.
But we can't do that down there.
Yeah, that'd be too hard. Yeah, it would be.
It'd just be a mess.
Yeah.
Because when we first started out, we planted everything too close. You can't even walk through that high tunnel. And the garden was the same way. But boy, garden looks really good.
Yeah.
We'll have squash for maybe this weekend. Are we going to the farmers market this weekend?
I don't know. I didn't know if we have enough stuff. So.
I think we're going to have squash and pickles.
This weekend?
I do. So
I do know the squash. We might have some squash, not a whole lot, but
I
the
think we might have
squash
quite
is
a bit.
about like that.
But there's a lot of it down there.
Yeah.
That size.
Yeah, that's true.
You know how it grows.
I know. Yeah, I did notice. It looks like we're getting a lot of zucchini, just about ready to
It's just about
bloom.
ready to
Yeah.
pop. Beans are
There's-
about ready to pop.
Mhm. Yeah, the half white runners are already starting to run
Mm-hmm.
a little bit.
They're starting to bloom.
Yeah.
And of course, the picklers are doing good. Tomatoes look great, but we didn't have anything close to being ripe. We even got some little bell peppers about that big.
Yeah.
So it ain't gonna be long.
Yeah.
And well, we'll have carrots this weekend.
Well, yeah, we will have carrots. Yeah.
And I dug up some little potatoes for supper tonight. They were good, creamy.
They were really good. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, they were good.
It was kind of he was fertilizing everything.
Yeah.
And I looked over and I said, I says, the potatoes, does it look like they were dying? He said, well, I never did. They're supposed to do that after they bloom, right?
Yeah, I never seen
And he never
them.
did see them bloom. So he did you did a test one, didn't you? Pulled up. So he made about 3 or 4 little red, and probably about that many of the Yukon.
They was about
Yeah.
that big. So
So I cut them up and put them in the
Baked 'em.
oven tonight.
they were good.
They were good.
And we could sell some of those too. But the thing is, we got that revival Friday night. Be hard to pick.
I think we're gonna wait until the next weekend myself.
All
Maybe
right.
we'll have more stuff and
We can always put a little bit of squash and cucumbers out to Farmstead.
yeah.
So I guess we'll just do that then. Yeah, we got a big revival this weekend at
At church.
So kind of makes it hard to, because usually for the market we pick on Friday, don't we?
We
Friday evening. So everything be good and fresh,
do.
and
Right.
we'll have it all packaged and everything. And we just get up because you got to be there now. You got to be there before 7. You don't necessarily have to be set up, but you have to be inside the gate at 7. And there's so many people over there selling bread junk. It's we're gonna have to get up. We're gonna have to leave at 4, I think.
Yeah.
4 a.m.
Yeah. It looked like there wasn't too many vegetable farmers and stuff there this past weekend. It looked like it was more bread and flowers and
We'll have to ride over there, right by there, Friday, Saturday.
yeah.
Maybe I don't know. But yeah, I think we're pretty close to really having busting out stuff. Well, even when we got a bunch of some of our paste tomatoes, which had hey,
Hallie. Hadn't talked to you in a while.
yeah. Well, some of our paste tomatoes had a little bit of Bosman rot, which they're really bad to do that anyway. So I only found I think I picked about 4 of them off. The rest of them are looking pretty good. That old guy over at what's the guy that owns that place over there? The singer or the songwriter.
Oh, Rory Feek. Yeah.
He had some paste tomatoes over there to put mine to shame. And
He had a lot of stuff. It's surprising being over there because I think they have. Well, they come a pretty good storm while we were there, wasn't it?
but his paste tomatoes was just loaded with them. I'm not talking about it. There's one of them. I think I got a picture of it.
He had cucumbers too and
There you go,
stuff that were. I mean, they were ready to pick. It looked like. And
We
so-
just had
But his was on a raised bed, so he
Yeah.
put his in raised. And I told Mark, so he's got people that can work it and do and stuff. He had his setup was really nice. So he had
Oh
a
my
really
gosh,
nice greenhouse. That could be it too.
Yeah.
His greenhouse was concrete and it was heated, and so I think that makes a difference too. His greenhouse.
Yeah.
And then he had a nice
Pot
pot and
shed.
shed. Yeah.
He had a freezer in there. I opened that freezer up. It's full of beef.
Was it? And the
Oh no.
oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to hear about that. Oh, we sure will keep you in our prayers, Hallie. I hate to hear that. Oh,
Yeah. I wonder what he'd said about taking me some ribeyes.
you probably would have got kicked out.
Anyway, he had a nice little potting shed.
Mm.
I wish we was rich. Of course, we wouldn't be having this farm, I guess. So, anyway. So anyway, I had a good time, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. I did.
What's some of the things we've seen that we really liked? You know, I didn't go back and buy that hoe.
I know you didn't. I thought about that.
Oh, you didn't want to spend the money, did you?
No, I thought about it after we were home. I thought about it.
No.
I
She was
forgot
kind
about
of
it.
flexing. She said, I don't know if you should spend that kind of money. But
I did. I told him to get it. I said, "Why don't you ask if you can buy it now, and we'll come back before we
I
leave."
didn't want to do that because I would have forgot it. I would have paid for it and forgot it.
Well, I wouldn't have. I remember that.
Well, why didn't you remember me telling me to go back there and get it then?
Well, I don't know.
See? Or rest my case.
I would have remembered if you paid for it, though.
Uh-huh. But it was nice. It was, I think they hand forged them or something.
I
But it
think
wasn't.
so.
It wasn't very expensive.
No, it
Well,
wasn't.
much more than one at Tractor Supply. We seen where our meat birds came from. The
Mhm.
people,
Yeah,
Metster or something like that.
yeah,
They were there. Matt Murray was there.
yeah.
Where some of our layers would be coming from.
Premier One did
Yeah.
all they
The
did the
Had
fence.
some nice waters there.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna give me some of those. That place with the coops. I can't think of the name of it.
The coops.
The quail cages, I mean.
Oh yeah, I can't think of the name of it either.
Yeah.
But it wasn't too bad, I didn't think. Louis
No.
doing good. He's actually asleep right here at my feet.
Oh, I wonder what
He's
it
being
was.
good for us. When we come in here, I was like, oh no, he followed us in here. I was like, because the last time he was in here scratching and wanting us to get up and go do something for him. So he's laying here asleep though. He's being a good boy.
Yeah.
He's doing good.
Well, right before we got started, he was like, I don't know what he's doing, but it was tickling my shin. I don't know what he was doing. That boy, he's a mess.
He is a mess. He's rotten.
He went down and worked with us today and like killed him.
He doesn't like the heat, does
He don't like to work.
he?
He don't like. He's not a working dog. He's a laying on the couch dog. Yeah, we made him go down there today, and while we fertilized, we planted. Well, we got all our peppers. Well, I still like just a little bit of jalapenos in the high tunnel. All the tomatoes are planted in the high tunnel. Just about all the peppers are done. He was down there for that. And then I went around and fertilized the big garden, and that like to kill him because it was hot, wasn't it?
It was. It's humid.
Yeah.
So humid.
And
now.
we got close to the house. I think we was coming up here. It was about 9:30, I guess, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Come up here to take our coffee break, and he basically jumped out.
Yeah, he's ready to get off.
He's ready. He had enough. He's not a farm dog. He's laying on the couch dog. Anyway, our meat birds are doing good. I think we're going to be killing them next week.
I think so too.
And the funny thing though, that got us, when they were showing them that little setup there where they, had to kill them and all that. He said, yeah, you get all this for $6,000. Not too bad. I thought, my goodness, we ain't got near that in ours. We got a brand new plucker, which I got a gift card, so we used to. And got a scalder. And then I got some combs I just bought on Amazon. So I think we've got less than, I don't know how much we got in ours. Maybe $500, you know.
Well, if you didn't have your gift, it's probably about 1,000, ain't it? Because of the, I mean, you
Well,
had
I
your
got
gift
that on
card.
sale. I got that big one on sale. It's like $700. I actually got the scalder on sale. It's like $165. Regular, that's $300 so. I got it at half price. And then the cones, I got about $20 a piece. So
that's close to 1,000.
yeah. And He was talking about 6,000. I was like,
Mhm.
oh, golly. Red didn't know a little better. Well, his scholar was pretty nice.
Yeah, he had a big scalder it had 2 baskets that rotate, and they put 2 chickens in it, which it probably would have done all right with our size. His,
Uh-oh,
he heard his name.
the beast is awake.
The chickens, they were actually Rory Feek's chickens that
Yeah.
they were processing, but after they were dressed and everything, they were like probably 6 to 7 pounds. They were
They're
a big
big.
bird.
Yeah.
I don't know how old they were, but they were big birds.
Yeah.
And some of them were it was kind of slowing it down. Like he'd have to kind of push it to get it. And I think he said that their plucker, they had some trouble with it. It was actually Rory's plucker.
Yeah.
So it was they was having some trouble with it when they were
You
working
come
on
and
it.
do one at a time.
But he said that if you can, it's better to put 2 in there at a time. I might try that this time because
I have to take 2. That big one, I have to take 2.
I'm the scalder and the plucker. I guess is what I show.
This is a family show.
He does
I do the killing and
and then
the gut.
which I told him I wouldn't mind to try doing. I'll do might not be my favorite thing to do with the gut.
I don't enjoy it.
I told him I would try it if he wanted me to.
He said you should do one in 30 seconds. Is that what he said? 30 seconds?
Yes, but he's probably done thousands of birds, so.
He's talking about, I know there's a lot of people here that can do 10 in 3 hours or something like that. That was us.
Yeah. But he also said, I think they have a crew of 8.
Yeah, they have those interns or whatever
Yeah,
they call them.
they do that every morning. They learn how to they have stations, and they start on a station in the morning, and that's where they stay that day, but they rotate, so they learn how to do everything. And he said in the morning they do about,
It said 160 an hour cruising.
Yeah.
If they push it, it's 200 an hour. They get 200 an hour.
Yeah.
Which is good grief.
Which I think they just do the processing of a morning, and then they go back in the afternoon.
And bag or
cut. Bag or cut if they're wanting to put it in pieces and stuff. If they're not going to do a whole bird. Yeah. But it was really interesting. He was talking too, because we're going to be selling our chicken this year. He was talking about pricing and stuff, because we were kind of wondering about that way. He said, you can't look at Walmart prices. If you go to Walmart, he said you're going to be more than Walmart, but you got a better product too. Because,
and you're an artisan.
Yeah.
I like that little.
Yeah. But, which is true. So we were trying to figure out which he gets high dollar for his stuff, don't he? Which we probably won't do that, but.
Well, it wasn't that much. Didn't he say $4.80 a pound?
Something like that. But he was talking about like a whole bird. It came out like if you got a 4-pound bird, that's $16 for a.
Well, his was coming out like $20 for
yeah. Well, it's probably more than a 4-pound, probably. But
yeah.
And then he said your chicken breast, if you do piece it out, he said your chicken breast, you should get for 2. If each chicken has 2 breasts, but 2 breasts you should get what?
A whole chicken.
A whole chicken, what you charge for a whole chicken.
And then the dark meat is 30% of what the whole chicken is, of the breast.
Yeah. So, you probably.
I don't know. We're gonna do cut-ups or whole birds. We'll have to.
I guess we can do both and see how it goes.
Yeah.
He said anybody would be smart to buy a whole bird, learn how to cut it yourself, because you'd be coming out better. But a lot of people don't want to fool with it, or don't have the time, or don't want to do it.
He said some people don't know they got bones.
Yeah, that's true.
Talking about a chicken.
That's true.
That was funny. He's a good speaker, wasn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's really good.
We're talking about Joel Salatin.
Yeah.
He's actually kind of got me into that because I found that book at McKay's that one time. Remember that? We was at McKay's and I found that Pasture Prophets or something like that.
Yeah.
I still got it. I'm going to reread it before we get started. And what was this? Wow.
Oh my goodness. $18 for the chicken. And you know what? You was talking about the eggs there, $7 to $8 a dozen. And ours are pasture raised. we're still $3 a dozen, but we cannot keep them. I mean, we open our store just on Saturday right now till our vegetables and stuff start coming in. And we open up, our time is supposed to be 9 to 5 on Saturday. We have them sitting out there by 8:30 or earlier, don't we, waiting for us to open. And by no, we weren't open last Saturday. Saturday before, 9:05, we had no eggs left.
I think
And
it's before that.
We had a lot of people that were upset. They said, you're supposed to open up at 9. Where's all your eggs? So I don't know. We're thinking about raising our price to $4.
The same because my feet's going up.
And we're going to have to purchase more.
And chickens are more expensive.
Yeah.
They've doubled.
Yes.
The chickens doubled. I used to get a layer for delivered $2.60. Now it's almost $5, like $4.85 or something.
Yeah.
For a chick delivered. And my feeds went up from 12 to, it's about 14, almost $15. I think the last was $14.85. It's went up. How much is that? Almost $3.
But that's crazy, $7, $8. I know around here some of them are kind of high.
Well,
we're cheap, I think.
I get that in Louisville.
Yeah.
Which is the next town down.
Well, even in the grocery store, we're cheaper than the grocery stores.
Yeah.
And theirs is not all.
Until the feeds went up a little bit the last time I bought, which was about 2 weeks ago, then it went up almost $1.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we knew our chicks were going up.
Yeah.
So,
but we are women.
I don't know. We're going to have to go up. We can't sell them for free.
No, I told him, I said, I think I'm going to put a sign out there. We're going to wait and give our customers let them know. Maybe when we start the farmers market, I say we start right at $4.
Oh, yeah.
But here they've got used to paying $3. So
July 1st.
I'm going to put a sign, be aware first weekend or whenever we might be open more, but in July, first I'm going to put July 1st, our eggs are going up to $4 a dozen. So that's still cheap, but they're getting them. They're fresher than they're fresh.
Yeah.
Ain't they? I mean, we put out what we've got.
Yeah, we're not. I don't know if they think we're like a grocery store. We have them stacked up here. And we put everything we got down there. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they get aggravated. They'll let you know that we're out of eggs. And I'm like, well, that's all we had. It's not like I can go to the back and get some more and bring them out there. I mean, we put what we've got.
Yeah.
And we have to have some for us. I mean, we're not doing this this is for our family too. So I can't give them all away. But we do try to keep some for us. Not many though. I mean, we try to give as many as we can. But yeah, some of them are getting kind of upset. And I'm like, so we'll see.
Yeah. So, well, for our plan it takes a year. If you want to increase your egg production, you have to plan it a year ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So, I got 75 coming chicks.
But it'll be next year.
I really think I ought to get 75 more.
I think you should too. It'll be next year before we start getting anything, because it takes at least more closer to 8 months, I think, than 6 months with us, or that's what we've always had.
Yeah.
But
and we got some of them like to cull out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're just not they're getting older and they're not producing.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I was thinking about that this morning. I might have to maybe this weekend or next week. I might start culling some.
That's what's so funny about all these people that are buying all the chicks up right now, like at Tractor Supply or Rural King, and I don't think they realize it's going to be a while before you have eggs.
And another thing, I don't think I've said it before, but I mean, you go in there and watch, and they'll get these straight runs.
Mm-hmm.
Which a straight run is you don't know if it's a male or a female. And I've heard every one of them get them straight runs. Say, "Well, we'll have eggs for long."
Yeah, like
if
they
it
get
was
6.
me, it'd be all roosters.
We're going to have 6 eggs a day, and it could be all roosters. We might not have any.
See,
Bye, David.
Yeah, I met your friends there, Roots and Refuge. I got a picture of them, and it'll be on the Wednesday's video. So.
We're over 30 minutes too.
Oh, yeah, we are. We still got. What are we going to do this week? We'll probably be planting watermelons either tomorrow. It might be too wet now. We won't be able to do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
So Wednesday we'll be planting watermelons. We'll be
When I finish taking our tomatoes, I'll probably do that in the
Yeah.
morning.
We'll get started on that in the morning. It gets hot there early though.
Mhm.
And eggplant is just a disaster.
And I'm so upset about that because we did so good selling that last year, and I liked it too to fix it. So
I don't know if I got any more seeds or not. I might try to start some more. I wish I could go buy some somewhere, some plants. I don't know where to go. We went to Idlewild. What's the name
nursery.
of it? Idlewild Nursery. They didn't have any. They had some, but they was in like a 4-inch pot. I wonder if we go to Knoxville and get some. I don't think I got any.
I don't know.
You don't drive up there anymore. All right, so we're gonna run, I guess. Wednesday's video will be about the festival we went to. Probably Saturdays will probably be watermelons and stuff. Corn's doing good. Potatoes are good. So we'll probably be at the farmer's market, not this weekend, but the next. And if you're interested, go to our Facebook page, and that's where we put everything farmer market related.
Right.
What we'll have, when we'll be there, what time, yada, yada. So go to that. It's Davis Farmstead. Used to be Davis Family Farmstead. I finally got to change the name. Figured out that. So go there and you can find out where we'll be, and all this stuff. So, well, I was going to say are we going to do it every 2 weeks, or
It's whatever you think.
I don't know. Then everybody's left, and I didn't make the announcement. So, we're kind of thinking about, she wants to do it once a month. I don't know. I'm talking about the live. Girls wants to do it once a month. I don't know. So we'll talk about it. We really haven't talked about it yet. So we might be back next week, and then after that, we maybe do it once a month. Right now, it's really busy. We got,
Right.
of course, it rained today. We ain't going to do nothing, but so it's not that bad. Yeah, the berries look good.
They were good. We
Yeah.
just had a handful of them, but they were good. We ate them.
Yeah. All right. So we'll see you next week.
Bye.